Hey everyone, I'm Nicholas the Gnome. I'm one of the two weirdos who run this little label called Where Gnome Records. I've been toying with the idea for some time doing a series of tape reviews for my collection, to spread the love for these little treasures and share with you some of my favorites. Welcome back to the third installment of Cassette Cavern. I'm starting to hit my stride with these videos and truly appreciate all the support so far. This week I'm diving into 3 more tapes, sharing what I love about them, with a focus on their physical details and my overall enjoyment of the albums. Let's dive right in and explore some tapes. Our first tape of the week is a recent pressing of a timeless classic. Released on cassette by Cavern Tape Company, Cusco 2 is a masterful exploration of New Age music at its finest. Originally released in 1981, long before many of us, myself included, were born, the arrival of this tape version in 2024 feels like a major win. It's a rare opportunity to experience this iconic album in its analog form, bringing its rich atmospheric soundscapes to life once again. I vividly remember the anticipation building around this release, with Cavern sharing each step of the tape-making process. We all eagerly followed their updates, counting down the days until we could finally get our hands on a copy. When the moment finally came, I couldn't hit that purchase button fast enough. It was exciting. The cover artwork is beautifully minimalist, with a vintage design that perfectly complements the album's overall production. It's understated, yet it captures the essence of the music in a way that feels timeless. Inside, you'll find a black tape shell with a simple single-sided label that reads Cusco 2. There's something about the straightforward, DIY aesthetic that I absolutely love. It's clean and simple, yet as a fan of the underground music and handmade tapes, this kind of design really resonates with me. The J card is printed on quality cardstock featuring a single-sided J+1 design. On the inside you'll find a brief history and overview of Cusco, which I truly appreciate. I'm a big fan of tapes that include some lore background information. It adds depth and something personal to the experience. In a world of flashy, overproduced releases, this tape's minimalism is refreshing, and it works exceptionally well. Holding this tape feels like holding a piece of history, too. While I'm no historian, I won't be writing any books on the history of dungeon synth or anything like that. I do appreciate the genre has roots in both new age music and black metal. In that sense, I can't help to think, but this is some sort of proto-dungeon synth album, an early influential piece of the puzzle. If you're a fan of beautiful classical new age music, this is an absolute must-have. I'll drop a link to the full video stream of this album in the description. You'll definitely want to give it a proper listen. Trust me, it's worth it. Our second tape this week comes from one of Stephen R. Smith's many projects. Available on the Worst Ward Recordings Bandcamp page, an excellent hub that brings all of the releases in one easy-to-find spot. This particular tape is Ulaan, Janthina Part 2. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I stumbled upon it randomly while browsing Bandcamp during one of my manic buying sprees. It's when I was diving back into the world of cassette collecting. I'm so glad I did. This album is a real gem, and it's been proudly displayed in my main stereo setup ever since I've received it. Let's talk about this packaging. The box features a simple, clean design and the album title and track listing printed on the top. I have a soft spot for unique cases, and this one immediately sold me on the purchase. Inside the box, you'll find not only the tape, but a few small artifacts that enhance the overall experience. The tape itself is housed in a white shell adorned with what appears to be a double-sided clear label with simple, minimalist printing. It doesn't quite feel like pad printing, but I could be wrong. The color of the text matches the exterior design of the box, creating a cohesive look that ties everything together. The contents of the box include half of a walnut shell, a 7 of Hearts playing card, a small old key, a few lovely prints, and a card with description of the instruments and credits on the album. Originally released in 2020 alongside this tape pressing, this album is nothing short of exceptional. A captivating journey through ambient soundscapes, progressive experimentation, and rock influences. It offers a rich and immersive experience. I find myself often lying on the couch, lost in a meditative trance as the music filled our living room, transporting me to another world. Every note feels purposeful, and the album's depth is beautifully reflected in the care of which it is presented. The effort and intention behind this release are undeniable, making it a truly special and thoughtfully crafted release. I'll be placing a link for Worst Ward recordings in the description, so go check out some of Steven's other works when you have the time to deep dive. I really love this one so much. Our final release of the week. I have 2 formats of Local Portal, the demo from Hedge. I'm holding both the Single from Dungeons Deep Records and the lathe cut vinyl from Chimney Rocks Records. Musically, this release is a departure from the typical Hedge sound. While it still carries that epic tone and washed out atmospheric vibe that they're known for, there's a distinct proto-new wave experimental edge to it. The opening track in particular feels like it belongs in a gritty New York City bar from years past, with its hauntingly reverberated vocals and that hit hard and leave a lasting impression. It's a short release, but it's brimming with magic. This is where the true sparkle of Hedge Wizard's genius shines through. Now let's dive into the physical releases. First, the Single from Dungeons Deep. The tape comes into a classic old-school O-card sleeve, which holds the cassette snugly inside. The artwork features a beautiful, tranquil pathway flanked by buildings and a solitary tree, an image that really complements the music's mood. The tape itself is housed in an off-white shell adorned with classic grid, grippy dots. The label is a simple double-sided black and white sticker. It's minimal but fits the music perfectly, giving it a sense of rawness and authenticity. Next, we have the lathe cut vinyl from Chimney Rocks Records. The artwork from the cassette is expanded and displayed in full glory on this larger format. It really does justice to the original design. On the back, you'll find the same text as the tape, detailing the hardware used and a small thank you section. To fit the square sleeve, a bit more artwork was added, enriching the overall presentation. Included are a cool shimmering Hedge Wizard card, and a small print of artwork with credits on it. The record itself is a smoky clear lathe cut, and those double-sided sticker labels? Absolutely stunning. Chimney Rocks consistently produces some of the coolest records out there. If you haven't explored the catalog yet, do yourself a favor and check it out. This demo is short but incredibly sweet. Seriously, if you haven't had a chance to sit down with it yet, what are you waiting for? Just kidding. But seriously, head to the links in the description and give it a listen. So thanks for spending some time with me. These 3 albums, while varied in their packaging and internal sounds, really show the wide range of music held within dungeon synth and the adjacent subgenres. If you can, go and support, catch a show, or at least give each of these artists a listen and see what fantasy realms they have to offer. Now take care of yourselves. I'm wishing you the best. I'm Nicholas the Gnome, and this is the Cassette Cavern. Cheers.